So we got Big Homie CC reacting to the active Rico indictment on draws down rolling 60s, right?
Man, I love Texas. I love Texas.
Yeah,
My
Texas
birthday
be
was
lit.
lit, man. I had a
And the
ball,
women are
had a
gorgeous.
real good time, got a lot of love. Inbox flooded everywhere I go. I'm taking pictures with people, getting hugs. So many people thanking me for what me and my team do. And fantastic birthday, bro. No complaints from me.
So you had one of your internet trollers,
Yep.
internet rivals
Yeah.
That man has
on your
failed.
birthday get caught up in a federal Rico case.
Yeah, I don't wish jail on nobody.
Nobody.
You feel me? But I was telling people that I had connected him and his people to a human trafficking ring. And I was trying to explain to people why you see them coming after me,
Right. Because
trying
they're
to play with me, is
gatekeepers.
because behind the scenes we applying pressure, standing on these principles that we stand on.
Right.
And it's no coincidence that on my birthday, these guys get picked up. And I
That's
think it's very
monsters.
suspicious that the main guy who was trapped himself, he's not arrested though. You see what I'm saying?
Wack. Why is Wack
So
not in jail?
that whole situation that happened in No Jumper, the one guy, the old guy, the one coordinated that. The guy, the goofy guy, Loose, he got himself tricked off the street, bro.
He
You
tricked
feel me?
himself.
And I face criticism by people in the comments and stuff like that because I didn't take certain actions. Like I didn't stay on the little live stream with them, and when they paid me to come on the stream, and then I get off the stream because I'm not about to sit on here and incriminate myself
Right.
for a bunch of informants.
Just to make it.
Point blank period.
Oh.
The guy Lou.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody was like, "Oh, Big Homie got exposed. He's a goofy. He this and that." Bro, once I seen the Big Homie interview and he was saying how he had it all mapped out and how he had folks by the door and shit like that and how he strategically planned it out, and then loosen them, they make it seem like we got 100 goons on standby and shit like that. But no, actually, them niggas was OT with a small team, ain't on shit. So the fact when I seen that live on Real Life Street Stars and it kind of looked like they bitched Big Homie CC, I'm like, bruh, they won the internet. Okay, you won the internet for a day. You looked more gangster on the internet. But nigga, that shit has nothing to do with real life at all.
Implicated Big U in murders and robberies. He put insurance on himself by going to go tell Adam 22 about all of this shit, all of these crimes. He put insurance on himself. He implicated the man in robberies, and the same crimes he implicated the man in that interview is in the paperwork.
Ooh.
So I don't want to ever hear anything about these guys again.
Right.
If you supporting that Wack 100 police show, you are a scumbag, and you scum to the community. You poison to the community.
And it be grown men watching that shit in there.
He said he worked for the FBI. These guys is coming on here getting people to entrap themselves, incriminate themselves online, and then you see the same cases in the paperwork. That ain't ratting to you, Spliff D?
What is it?
Oh yeah, definitely is.
Facts. And I win undefeated.
No back.
Hey, so did
Righteous
you
always prevail.
Did you read the actual indictment?
Yep, I read the whole thing, word for word.
Bar for bar.
Wack wore wire.
What?
Wack wore a wire?
Wack wore a wire, man. In the paperwork, it say 20 members of Rolling 60s ran down on somebody who was disrespecting Big U. That person was Wack 100. He had a wire on. I'm gonna send you some stuff.
Wow. I noticed throughout that indictment, the Fed said that they gathered they evidence through interviews and podcasts.
Yeah,
and they named one particular podcast in their indictment.
No Jumper.
No Jumper.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Did you know that?
Right.
No, I didn't know that.
These are facts.
And he
his
connected with Bill
podcast is a
Clinton.
part of a program that is used to attack the youth. And this is furthermore proof. I've been trying to tell people this because you got to think about it. When I did this interview, Cam Capone said, look, Adam at No Jumper is very competitive with me, but he wants to interview with you. It'll probably be about $1 million in a day. He didn't ask me any questions referring to any of the celebrities.
No Hollywood
that
questions.
I spoke about being Zest Monsters. He asked me none of the questions that made me go viral.
Right.
Soon after that, here comes Wack and Loose. Loose Cannon got me my No Jumper interview. He was the one got me the No Jumper interview. Several people from No Jumper was calling trying to get my address. I never bit for none of the bait that they put out there.
Right.
Ain't nobody ever seen Wack and Loose get treated like this the way I've been treating them. Adam got me blocked on Instagram. Wack got me blocked. Loose Cannon got me blocked. All of them got me blocked because I've been applying so much pressure to them. Point blank, period. It's a federal platform. They are there to do exactly what they've been doing. They couldn't get us. And I want everybody to know something must be done. That's why I'm staying completely out of California. I'm not doing interviews with nobody.
I love Cali. I love my hometown, bro. I'm from the Bay. I'm from Oakland. But, bro, like, just moving to a state where you can legally carry it and just going back there, you just be like, man, this shit's set up. This shit is set up for you to just... Then if you ever, like, man, last time I went to a Hollywood studio, bro, like last year, bro. No, like a few months ago, November, my partner took me to the studio in Studio City, because you know that's where the studio's at. Studio City, near Hollywood. Niggas there be on some weird little shit, like drunk ass niggas. Like, he was like, oh, where you find this conspiracy rapper at? Where you find this woke motherfucker? And I'm like, oh yeah, hell no, I would never come back here again. Then the next day, he brought some weird white lady with all type of pentagrams on her chest, and he was like, bro, she could get you anything you want, bro. Just keep doing your music, do your thing, act like she's not there. She can get you everything you need. Basically, like trying to usher me in. Like, what the fuck type of sanction ass shit is this? Now, if I would have been chasing it, like, it's crazy because I went back to the house and everybody was back at the house, right? I didn't go to the studio. They like, bro, I would have did whatever she wanted. I would have seen what was to her. Yeah, because you'll sell your soul for anything, for $1. That's how you gotta pay attention to shit. I don't forget when people say shit like that. You know what I'm saying? When we went back to the house, my partners that was from Oakland, they was like, yeah, I would have seen what that bitch was on. That old white lady had no energy. That bitch was a witch. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever money she would have gave you, that shit dead. It's dead energy. But anyway, though.
There or from there, nothing, because a lot of people was compromised coming from that way, and I'm cool. I'm cool on it. I don't got time for it.
Now, when you say compromise, what you mean?
When I say compromise, bro, there is too much. Well, it's just too much.
It's too much shit going on.
Federal, too much
gangster
police
and
informant activity. Man, they recording people's phone calls in 2 consenting states. FBI was at my mama's job the other day trying to say they want to ask me some questions, trying to find me to ask me some questions.
We need that.
About these niggas. I'm cool, bro.
Wow. Let me ask you. Now, with this indictment coming out and it taking down some heavy hitters from the rolling 60s, do you think this is the end of hood interviews, the end of hood vlogs in California?
Nope, because none of this information is from hood vlogs. All of this information is from guys going on No Jumper, implicating people in crimes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not nothing from hood vlogs.
Nope.
It's all going on interviews. The man Loose Cannon is showing up to people. The man Loose Cannon is showing up to people's places of work on camera and making terroristic threats. Wack 100 is threatening to kill Adam the plumber on camera.
Right.
Yeah, I seen that.
That was
Nothing
crazy,
happened
bro.
to him.
Nothing happened to him. No bad.
Yeah, I seen that. That was crazy. That was wild.
Man, when I saw that, bro, even though people be like, Wack always talking. He always doing this. But when he said that shit, like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Your kids can get touched. Moms can get touched. Yeah, you speaking on what you... I'm like, bro, why is he coming at Aaron the plumber? Aaron the plumber, by the way, with all this energy. I hate bootleg niggas, bro. And these niggas get celebrated and tossed in the limelight of the community like their opinion, their voice fucking matter. Whole time you got niggas like Big Homie CC that trying to tell you like, but they doing sex trafficking. They doing this weird, Holly weird shit. Oh, he's a cloud chaser. Aaron the plumber come, bro. They trying to sacrifice me on Zeus. Oh, well, man.
Nothing happening to him. Clown shit.
Man.
So
is this a real serious Rico, or do you think the feds are just out here fishing?
No. Like, you gotta understand something, bro. Once they can place you at the scene of a crime, the feds don't, bro. This is not state. Like that Rico YSL and them had, that was state.
Yeah, it was state. Yeah.
This is federal. They don't come unless they know they got you.
They know they got you.
And that situation at No Jumper when they beat up the two dudes.
Yeah.
I ain't hear about that.
I remember that.
That's in the indictment.
Oh, it's in there too?
That's in the indictment. Luce, a convicted felon with a gun on camera. They're stripping two guys outside the building.
And that's how Brick Baby got his charge.
That's how Brick Baby got his charge.
Wow, man. All for the clout, man. These boys got a fair case off the clout.
Off the clout.
That's why I said that yapped their way into a Rico, bro.
I ain't never seen this one before, man. Wow.
Play
That's crazy, man.
Dirty game.
Dirty game.
That's crazy. Hey, I think I don't know. This is just crazy, man. Because the way they going way back. They talking about extortions from NBA players. I even think Adrian Broner got caught up in the mix.
Adrian Broner got caught up in the mix, and you know, Loose Cannon been all over Clubhouse, implicating Big U in all type of crimes for the last year almost.
Yeah, I didn't even know all them clips was out.
Most of them is listed in the paperwork.
This dude Papoose just like my video.
Anything, no matter what it is. However, he's not going to tell you 100% what actually went down. Now, remember all that talk he was going on about how he'll never snitch. He's going to hold Brick Baby down. He's not involved and he's not the reason they're locked up. Well, apparently that's false. Because if he didn't have no dealings in anything, they wouldn't need to sit down with him or request anything from him. And also for y'all out there that go to these podcasts, especially you rappers, especially Vaughn of 1700, I always go back to him because he has this infamous clip on there during his interview where he says that they can't use anything you say during interviews or social media, period, in the court of law against you. Well, here you go. Right? It don't get no clearer than this, man. So let's be very clear and let this be a wake-up call to rappers out there that go on these platforms and think you could say anything you want and they can't use it against you. This is a clear representation of when we say platforms ask incriminating questions because, look, you end up like this. Now, before we move on to what Adam had to say, Wack 100 told the world that Adam 22 was picked up by the feds. That turned out to be a lie. He wasn't picked up by the feds. Like he told the world, he willingly went there because he was subpoenaed to, and he spoke with them and had to give them whatever information that he had to give them. So he wasn't in their custody. However, he just went to basically consult with them, if you will. But he definitely gave something up. But anyway, here's a few story posts via Adam22, his IG story, in which he would say, quote, "It's crazy. I used to pay dudes to talk about No Jumper on camera, and now they just do it for free. Laughing emoji.
It's crazy. I used to pay dudes to talk about No Jumper on camera, and now they just do it for free. Free the reaction channels.
Hashtag free the reaction channels. Well, of course, people are talking because a podcast host as big as No Jumper is now at the center of a huge Rico indictment, all because people was allowed to come up there and incriminate themselves.
What are you talking about?
In some instances, the hosts were asked incriminating questions as well. So, of course, everybody's talking about it. But anyway, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it.
But while I'm in my house, I'm playing poker on my computer, a guy comes to my front door, and I didn't actually even know, but my girl was communicating with him through the box in the front of our house with the camera. She texts me, she says, a dude is here from the FBI, and basically he's trying to serve you with a subpoena. And so she told him, like a ride or die would, she told him, Adam's not here, and he's off at work or whatever. I forget what she told him. And so I immediately hop on the line with my lawyer. I say, what should I do? I don't want to, handle this situation wrong. Over and over and over, I've sat down with rappers or whoever who tell me about situations in which they divulge too much information to the police or whoever, and it ended up coming back to bite them.
Like, oh, if I tell them I don't got nothing to do with it, I'm good. Well, this you just place yourself on the scene. Bro, the law is so fucking tricky. Like, the moment they start reading your rights, like, it's time to everything you say can, and once they start doing all that, it's no more like casual conversation, bro. Now, you getting pulled over or something like that, how you doing? Yeah, I was just coming from the gym, this and that, cordial, I was just going to work. I'm gonna get my insurance next week, something like that, right? But when it comes to like you getting booked, you have the right to remain and all this, and they be like, well, you trying to explain yourself out of it, like what's his name, Hurricane Chris. The police pulled up, but he like, bro, I had to do this and do this because he ran up on me and did this and that, and I'm good though, cause I defended myself. Man, get your ass, you going to jail, nigga. You just killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't trying to hear none of that. It's their job, like, to book you on guilty first. Especially if you black, guilty first, nigga. Cause they the slave catchers, so you gotta remember that. You guilty, always. You guilty for existing to these motherfuckers. Now, when you really want to break it down though, right? When you know who thyself and know who they self is. When you know who thyself, they self. When you know thyself, you know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You can police yourself. You don't need nobody to police you. But when it comes to certain situations you can't avoid, don't tell them people shit.
Especially, something that comes to mind is like Hurricane Chris, who caught a body that was blatantly self-defense. As soon as the cops come, he airs out his whole situation and ends up coming back to haunt him because the state ends up trying him. So if he had not made all those statements to the cops right after he had killed this dude, then it for sure would have been a way easier case for him to beat. Now, that being said, I'm not really that worried because I know that I myself haven't been involved in any criminality, but I figured I would have my lawyer take care of it. So my lawyer reached...
Now, which is crazy, right? Because pay attention to everything he just said. Him being who he is and not really too much of the culture, he has enough sense than most of these rappers actually, that go on his podcast and overly talk. This is the same one that get guys to get on his podcast and talk. However, he let it be known, well, I didn't want to talk to the cops without my lawyer. Because I learned from the guys that come on my podcast that tell me not to overly indulge. How crazy is that, right? But smart thing he did, and let's see where he's going with it.
Reaches out to the guy who came to my door. She assures me that she's going to be able to ask the FBI agent a handful of questions, and from that information be able to ascertain, is Adam in trouble? Is Adam going to be, forced to hand over a crazy amount of information? Because that was kind of lingering around in my head, is like, God, this is going to be a huge pain in the... They want to confiscate all the computers and everything in here. We're going to have to buy a bunch of computers to use.
Where's the furnace? Start the furnace up, guys.
I don't know. I was considering that. I have not destroyed any information for the record. But this is the thing that my lawyer comes back to me with. She said the feds were interested in one thing and one thing only. Because in my head, I'm thinking they're going to want copies of the podcasts that Brick or Luce were on. They're going to want to make sure that there wasn't anything in those podcasts that was edited out. Now, anybody who knows me and No Jumper knows that we really don't like to edit things out. So the only stuff we're editing out is if it's like a 4-alarm fire, like, yo, we need to take this out. So I don't think there's ever been something that Brick or Luce told us that they needed us to edit out. But the one thing that the feds wanted was the cease and desist from Big U to No Jumper, asking us to take down the episode in which Loose Cannon first made the explosive statements that suggested that Big U had previous knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death.
Insane.
Now, that situation is very much outside of what was mentioned in the indictment. In the indictment, there's nothing about Nipsey. There's nothing about any of that stuff.
Now you got to pay attention. There's a reason they doing that, right? He may not catch it, but there's a reason they doing that. They're not doing it for no reason. Maybe there's a secret indictment behind the other indictment.
Yeah, they waiting.
Like, yeah, Big U probably just got caught up for the other stuff with the guy, the young kid they allegedly, when he took his life with the DNA and all that bullcrap. But while they probably was watching him and seeing all that, they probably seen that he may or may have not had involved.
So I don't want to make this video too long though, you know what I'm saying? But y'all definitely get what's going on around this month. Niggas getting booked, cooked, and fried. And when it comes to these internet personalities and the gatekeepers, see, this is the thing. America is built off of corruption. The United States of America Corporation, as far as the indigenous land, that been taken over and reset. Even when you look at somebody that's indigenous, you don't know who that is, because that mind has been hijacked, you know? So you got people that believe they European, you got people that believe they street niggas, you got people that believe they professional basketball players. Like, they live in a truth, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm just making that example. The whole time, it's an invasion on a fucking land. But all right.